Welcome to the Clashing of Steel. So, the update 3.1.6. The biggest change with that update that probably many players know or notice is the new skins for the commanders. Personally, I couldn't care less about them. Indeed, the skins look nice. They do look interesting. But the problem is that no one is going to see them, and the main place you're going to see them is at your menu, where you will be picking your units, your consumables, and everything like that. Instead of that, I would have welcomed the lovely banner above my troops, but okay. Update 3.1.6 brings one other important change. The silver economy is getting a lot of improvements. You might not earn more silver, but the costs of replenishment and so are going down. There has been a silver gain problem for quite a while. I think it starts around tier 7, where you might actually be decent in your team and you pretty much get nothing. Especially if the match ended with a defeat for you. But when you also bought some consumables for your units, you might actually lose silver. You might lose like a couple of thousand. Hopefully, it shouldn't be a problem after this patch is deployed. Because first of all, you're going to reduce the cost of replenishment, meaning that replenishing your consumables will be a lot cheaper, starting from tier 7 where the silver problem actually begins. It starts most likely because tier 7 units get 2 consumables, meaning that you can have caltrops and the stakes on the same unit at the same time. Each consumable should now be 300 gold cheaper on tier 7. Another important thing that 3.1.6 has to offer is the replenishment cost, which used to be affected basically by what unit type you were playing. Cavalry, infantry, ranged, artillery, elephants. The best example they brought is that the Volksmen and the Spearmen have the same replenishment cost, but they suffer different casualties. Volksmen usually lose a lot more troops, while the Spearmen, well, they suffer a lot less. And the replenishment cost was the same, so everything was tweaked a bit. So these are the changes, and some of them actually are necessary. Especially the Falxes and the War Dogs, two main ones as I see. But the percentage about the elephants is actually making me ask if they are overperforming. Or was their cost just set up so ridiculous? Because a smart elephant player indeed can be a force of nature on the battlefield. Actually any elephant player with the basic understanding of tactics and no counters. So this was probably one of the more important changes of this update. But the update 3.1.6 does not end there. Another great thing that will be added is the recently played with list, where you can see players that you have recently played with. So you can add them to your friend list or team up or whatever you see fit. The list will contain the last 3 battles you were in. It will be under the social tab. You can send them messages, add them to your friend, or invite them to your party. Good change for those players who want to team up. But I am still guessing that most players are hyped for the skins, the new commander skins. They don't care much about these overall changes, but they just care about the new visuals, as is with most games. More visuals, more cosmetics and so. But all the other changes were so much more important. Basically trying to improve or fix the economy of this game, although I'm sure there are still gonna be some problems there. First of all, the replenishment and consumable reduction might not be as effective as many players think. If they perform under adequate and they end up having all consumables and dying in some horrible way by basically doing nothing, they are still probably going to lose silver instead of gaining it. I'm not saying it will all be balanced when these changes take effect, but at least it is a step forward in improving the economy of this game. The update itself actually wasn't that big, but it brought some important changes as I see it. And I'm not talking about the visuals, although I'm certain that many players love them. So this was it about the update but it brought something a bit more important as I see it. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.